Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Sean's Shave Den. I'm Sean, and today's going to be a nice head shave, and I'm going to be using the Vijon. Not the same one that I used yesterday, but it's all the same performance. This is the lime scented one, which is a really nice scent. So I'll be using that. The tube right here. Once again, kind of a budget shave as well. And for the razor with a fresh blade, I'm going to be using my Gem micromatic with the open comb. Oh, that should be good. Yeah, just making sure that the blade's aligned. And for the brush today, as always, for my head shaves, I like a nice big brush. Let me get that up for you. The Razorock F400. I think it's like a 32 millimeter brush. It's a synthetic knot. Shake the water out. It's just so it's nice and damp. And then I'll put some cream at the bottom bowl, get this lathered up and put on my head, and then we will be right back for the shave. Okay, back, as you can see, I have it lathered up in my bowl really nicely. And let's get this on the head, work it into the bristles of my head. Really nice lather out of this shaving cream. I couldn't be happier. Honestly, these Vijon shaving creams, really good bang for your buck. Nice, slick, protective lather. Minimal ingredients. It's one of those mass-produced commercial products, but it doesn't have a lot of ingredients to it. And the lime scent is really nice. Smells like a nice fresh cut lime. I'd say it's probably about a 4 or 5 out of 10 scent strength. Doesn't need to be very heavy. Anyway, I think that's good enough for the head right there. It's worked into the bristles, well, worked into the hairs. So let's get started with the shave, shall we? My Gem micromatic, dip it in some water. We'll start with the grain, sort of. Perfect. I got about, I'd say about 3 or 4 days worth of growth on my head. That's usually around the time when I decide it's time to shave. I don't shave my head very often. I'm not one of those everyday shavers for my head. It's something that I need to do, not necessarily that I want to do, but might as well make it enjoyable. While I'm doing it, you know? Really nice shave so far on this side of the head. Let's try this. It's best to split your head up into quadrants, little smaller areas, and work your way methodically. Keep a good idea of where you started last time. What techniques worked for that particular area. That's what it really helps with, honestly, to recognize what worked for that particular area, which way you shaved that worked to get it the closest without any irritation, especially on the head, because your hairs grow every which way. more so than on the face. So there really isn't any against the grain or with the grain on the head for the most part, especially on my head. I got hairs that grow all over the place. Really nice shave so far. I tell you what, I've been using these creams, the Vijon creams, on my head a lot lately, and it really works well. Very slick, very cushiony. They get the job done. Okay, that's good for the first pass. Let me get lathered up on the head and I'll continue with the second pass. See you in a little bit. Okay, all lathered up and ready for the second pass. As you can see, no loss of lather right there. Do it sort of against the grain, across the grain for the second pass. That should get most of the hairs off that were left behind from the first pass. Get around the ear. Don't be afraid to move your ears and move everything around when you shave your head, especially, because otherwise you're going to be left with little tufts of hair behind your ears. And honestly, they get annoying. I get that sometimes. So. Okay. Now, other side of the head. Really nice. As I said, this Vijon shave cream is definitely a great bang for your buck. I think on Italian Barber it's selling for $3, $3 or $4 for that small tube. Which in my opinion is a deal, because this definitely outperforms a lot of creams out there that are of a higher price range. Back to front. Sometimes you got to get the blade angle just right. It's hard to see because you're not really looking. It's all about feel on your head. Feeling where the blade's at, where your angle of your blade is at, which I guess is the most difficult portion of shaving your head. All right, that's good for the second pass. Let me come back for the cleanup and final pass. Let me get lathered up. I'll be right back. Okay, back for the third and final shave. Let me get a little more. And this time it's more of a cleanup, so I'm just kind of going up from here, up on an angle on the sides of my head. And if you notice, all the shavers on YouTube, they all have their quirks and they all have their way of doing their shaves, whether it be face shave or whether it be their head shave. It's all about muscle memory, to be honest, guys. You find a way that works for you and you continue to do it. If it doesn't work in certain areas, then you change it up a little bit, and then until it works. And then you're good to go till you finally master it on your body or your head, your face. This side. Once again on an angle, kind of, if you could see that. Around the ears a little bit, get the spots that I missed. And then on the back of the head, I kind of do a side to side. Just to get those little nooks and crannies on my head that I don't normally get. And then kind of an angle on the top of my head. Don't want to go too hard. Look at all that lather. Left a nice slickness too. Almost did it from the back of the razor. That wouldn't have worked. Okay. And when you put your hand on top of your head, sometimes you can feel different spots. No worries. Just stretch the skin out in that particular part of your head, and you should be able to get most of the hairs. Just remember that most of these hairs are going to feel like it's not going to feel baby butt smooth right off the bat. Honestly, after I rinse off and the head dries off a little bit, that's when it starts feeling BBS, kind of. All right, and that's perfect. That's a good shave. All right, let me get cleaned up and I'll be back for the post shave in a little bit. All right, back for the post shave. And as you can see, nice drama-free BBS head shave right there with Vijon, the lime scented one. I have all 4 of them. I'm sure there's more, but these are the only 4 that are available in Italian Barber. And I haven't seen any of the others. So if anybody from India knows that there's more than just 4 scents for the Vijon, please let me know in the comments. For the post shave, I'm going to be using Thayers witchhazel. Usually what I use after my head shaves. I don't really put the alcohol stuff on my head, but I go with the Thayers lemon witchhazel. Kind of go with the lime scent. Something that's not going to stay with me for the rest of the day, but it's still nice and pleasant to smell. And there you have it, guys. Wonderful head shave. I will see you guys later. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Sean's Shave Den. It really helps out a lot when you leave a thumbs up or if you leave a comment in the comment section. I try to answer everybody as much as possible. Anyway, Hope everybody has a great weekday, a great week, not weekday, week, a great week, and look forward to doing the next shave video this weekend. Maybe I'll do something in between, like kind of an offshoot thing. Not really a shave video, just kind of going over the products, but we'll see. I got my wife home. She just had some surgery, so I got to spend the time with her. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good week. Have a good one, guys.